Dear students, so we are moving to the next life process, that is respiration. And as we already discussed the nutrition, the first one, and nutrition in plants as well as animals. Now the second life process, respiration. So as we know that respiration is the process by which the food material, the breakdown of food material with presence of oxygen, and it will release what? Energy. Okay, and that process is called what? Respiration. And you know that especially this respiration, the release of energy always takes place in where? The cell organelle, which is called the powerhouse of the cell, that is mitochondria. So this reaction, the breakdown of food material and release of energy, that process takes place in the within the mitochondria. And now some important terms, that is in this some new terms we are going to study here. And we know that the energy will be released, and the released energy, and just keep that word phosphate. Actually phosphate is nothing but that is a form of energy. Okay, the form of energy which is used is what? Phosphate. So we know that after respiration what will happen? Energy will be released, and that released energy is in the form of what? Phosphate. Now we know that what is the function of mitochondria? It is known as the powerhouse. Why? It is storing the energy, because whenever the human body or any organism, they need energy, that energy will be taken from the mitochondria, from the stored energy. So I said the energy released during respiration is in the form of phosphate, and that phosphate energy they will be used in the various cell, but the extra energy is there na, that energy need to store, and the energy stored in mitochondria within another form, and that form is called what? ATP. What is ATP? And the full form of ATP is nothing but adenosine triphosphate. How much? Triphosphate. 3 phosphate is there. So how this energy is stored? We know phosphate is a form of energy, and that phosphate react with ADP. What is ADP? ADP is nothing but adenosine diphosphate. So many phosphate molecules are there na? So the energy, that is phosphate, react with ADP, because ADP contain 2 phosphate. That 2 phosphate react with one more phosphate, it will become triphosphate, and that triphosphate is known as what? ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So it's like a cycle. Okay, so energy is released during respiration in the form of phosphate, and that phosphate react with ADP. It's a adenosine diphosphate. So 2 plus 1 3, so it will be become what? ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. And this is the form ATP, the energy stored in mitochondria. So maybe MCQ you can ask general knowledge, in what form the energy is stored in mitochondria? That is ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Now one question I am asking, so now the energy is stored in mitochondria in the form of ATP. Now the human body need energy, so that time what need to do? We know that from the ATP we energy need. Energy, what is the form of energy? Phosphate. So from that ATP the phosphate is released. How? That is the second reaction. Look at that ATP, that process hydrolysis, because water is required. ATP react with water, then what will happen? Splitting of ATP. Look at triphosphate. From there one phosphate will be released, and again ADP will become. Okay, ATP react with the water to produce ADP, adenosine diphosphate. Now when one phosphate is removed, and that phosphate is in the form of energy. Energy form is always, we can say it as what? Phosphate, but the stored energy is always in the form of ATP. And ATP ADP always it is like a cycle. Okay, ATP with the presence of water to split ADP plus energy will be released, and that energy will be utilized by the organism in various cells to perform activity. But if any extra, suppose if there is any extra energy is there, any extra phosphate is there, then that first equation, that phosphate will be reactive with the ADP and to produce what? ATP, and that will be stored in the mitochondria. So clear? This is a cycle, and this is the introduction about what? Respiration. Okay, so we know that after respiration only we are getting energy. Clear? Now the types of respiration, that also we studied in our lower classes. The same, only a small extension only we are studying here. What are the types of reaction? We know there are 2 types of respiration, not reaction, respiration. What is aerobic and anaerobic? We know aerobic means the respiration happens in presence of air or oxygen, and anaerobic means the respiration happens without the presence or the absence of oxygen. So first one we can before going to these details aerobic and anaerobic, we know that the food material is breakdown, right? Always what is the form of food material we are taking? That is glucose, and glucose or starch. What is the formula of glucose? That is C6H12O6, and C6, which means it is a 6 carbon, it's a 6 carbon compound, right? Glucose, C6, 6 carbon compound. Now even it is aerobic or even it is anaerobic, so what happening to this 6 carbon compound C6H12O6? So one thing now, till your ninth standard you know the concept that aerobic respiration is happening in presence of oxygen, anaerobic respiration happening in the absence of oxygen. But at the beginning of this respiration, whatever it may be, aerobic or anaerobic, there is a first a small conversion happens that you didn't study, here only we are studying. Which actually what happening, we know now, the cell, within the cell, the major part of one cell we studied, that is called what? Cytoplasm, correct? It's a jelly like material present, the liquid like jelly like material present, that is called cytoplasm. What in every organism, even they are performing aerobic or even they are performing anaerobic, there is a small liberation of energy happens within the cytoplasm. That is, look at in the first arrow of this one, glucose in cytoplasm. The second one again, glucose in cytoplasm, glucose again in cytoplasm. Okay, so whatever may be the compound and organism, even they are undergo anaerobic respiration or aerobic respiration, there's a small amount of energy first of all will be liberated in presence of oxygen. So look at the first one, the aerobic respiration, glucose in presence of oxygen, where? In cytoplasm. So what happening, we know glucose is a 6 carbon membrane, it's a 6 carbon compound, and every time that 6 carbon compound is converting into a 3 carbon molecule. What is 3 carbon molecule? And that 3 carbon molecule is known as what? Pyruvate. In your textbook also it is given. What is the compound name? Pyruvate. And what is the difference between this glucose and pyruvate? Glucose is a 6 carbon membrane compound, C6H12O6, and pyruvate is what? Half, almost 3 carbon compound. And what is the formula of pyruvate? It is C3H4O3. What is C3? Look at 3 carbon, C3H4O3, and that compound is called what? Pyruvate. And that pyruvate is always undergoing what? There are different types of respiration. Maybe in human beings, in mitochondria it is happening, C3 carbon. In muscles, we know absence of oxygen, that what we studied, that accumulation of extra accumulation of, whenever body is performing heavy activities, at that time with the absence of oxygen also, that energy will be released, and that also pyruvate is undergoing that reaction. And even the yeast, we know anaerobic respiration takes place with the absence of oxygen. That is also, this pyruvate is undergo in the absence of oxygen. Okay, but even before that, look at that, even in anaerobic respiration yeast, at the cytoplasm, at the first case with the presence of oxygen, what happening? That 6 carbon compound is splitting into 3 carbon molecule. And even whenever the glucose is converting into pyruvate, or whenever the 6 carbon compound is converting into 3 carbon compound, there is a little amount of energy also released. That is not a huge amount, little amount only. Okay, but that is not sufficient for the organism. That is the reason after that they are undergoing what? Different types of aerobic, anaerobic or aerobic respiration. Okay, so that only we are going to be discussed now. So now you understood, all of you, whatever the organism it may be undergoing anaerobic or aerobic, first of all the 6 carbon compound is converting into 3 carbon compound in cytoplasm. And for the conversion of 6 carbon molecule into 3 carbon molecule, or for the conversion of glucose into pyruvate within the cytoplasm, oxygen is required. But the amount of energy produced is what? Very, very less. It will liberate pyruvate, it will produce pyruvate, also little amount of energy, but that is not suitable. Then only that 3 carbon molecule is undergo further respiration. It may be anaerobic or it may be aerobic. So clear everyone that concept? So now let's see one by one. First of all, anaerobic respiration. So we know that anaerobic respiration, first of all, a human body, we are saying generally what happening, first of all, glucose in presence of oxygen in cytoplasm, we know pyruvate is produced. What is the nature of pyruvate? It is a 3 carbon molecule. What is the formula? C3H4O3. Now look at that. First of all, human body, we know that where is the reaction happening in mitochondria. Okay, so mitochondria, what happening, that 3 carbon molecule in presence of oxygen converting into what? Carbon dioxide, water and energy. And in mitochondria, of course, we know the maximum, the huge amount of energy is released in where? This process, mitochondria, especially in every organisms. Okay, but first one, cytoplasm, we know it is a little amount of energy only, that is not sufficient. So in aerobic respiration in human beings, especially happening in mitochondria, not only human beings, every organism, in mitochondria, what happening, in presence of oxygen, the 3 carbon pyruvate is converting into carbon dioxide, H2O and energy. Always we can write equation, that is better. Now anaerobic respiration, starting from human body itself, because we know sometimes our body perform what? Anaerobic respiration, especially we are doing heavy exercises, heavy activities. So look at the first case again, we know glucose in presence of oxygen in cytoplasm, the 6 carbon molecule glucose is converting into 3 carbon pyruvate. Then the 3 carbon pyruvate, we know heavy exercise in absence of oxygen, where is happening in muscles, that 3 carbon molecule is converting into lactic acid and energy. Okay, that we already know. Now at last, what is that anaerobic respiration also happening in yeast. Again the first one, look at the glucose is converting into pyruvate, 6 carbon into 3 carbon, where in cytoplasm in presence of oxygen, pyruvate and some energy is released, and the remaining pyruvate 3 carbon molecule in absence of oxygen, where is in yeast, converting into alcohol, ethanol. Alcohol is in the form of ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. So these are the types of respiration. Clear everyone? So the summary, look at it, is given. The breakdown of glucose by various pathway. First of all, look at all the 3 category. Look at the presence of oxygen in mitochondria, absence of oxygen in muscle cell and absence of oxygen in yeast. Before going to these 3, look at the first one. In all these processes, first of all, glucose in presence of oxygen in cytoplasm converting into what? Pyruvate and energy, like phosphate energy it is liberating. So this is common for everyone. So 6 carbon molecule glucose is converting into 3 carbon pyruvate, C3H4O3. Then this pyruvate is undergo different types of splitting to remove energy. But look at that, here only at the second part only maximum energy will be released. But the first part in cytoplasm only little amount of energy only. So look at this one, presence of oxygen in mitochondria, carbon dioxide, water and energy. Again the pyruvate in absence of oxygen in muscles, lactic acid and energy. And at last again the pyruvate in the absence of oxygen, where in yeast it is undergo ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. So clear? So these are the different methods